Hi, Stitchy friends. This is Jackie with Cross My Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube 86. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to join me today on episode 86 of my Flosstube. Today is August 22nd, 2023. And I am so glad to be back again to share some of my stitching with you. But I wanted to share something real quick first because I'm so thrilled about this. And it is my orchid who is blooming again. Look at that. Can you see all those blooms? 9 blooms on her. She is just popping everywhere. You can see there's a couple just coming out right here and right here. She actually had 2 sets of blooms when this first started blooming, but then that one took over and this one was starting to fade fast as it was trying to open up. So I just ended up cutting it off. And I'm so thrilled with her. She is just beautiful. She sits at my window here in my room, and I get to look at her every day that I'm in here, and I just love her. And I call it a her because it's a her to me. I don't know if it's a him or a her, but she's a her to me, and I just smile every single time I see her. My husband bought this for me. I think it was a year ago Easter, or maybe 2 years ago Easter, and she has been blooming ever since. She loves the window that she's in, and she is constantly looking absolutely fabulous. So I love her to death, and I wanted you to see all her beautiful purple blooms today. So I'm going to put her back over here away from the camera so I don't knock her over in the middle of doing my show here. And so, what have you guys been stitching on? I know everyone's trying to get some stitching done. We have the holidays coming up. We have the Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. And a lot of people I know are working on Christmas, especially because we want to get Christmas ornaments done and decorations for our homes. I am working on some ornaments for my tree. I have a much larger tree this year. I bought a tree at the Walmart after Christmas when it was 50 or 75% off. I can't remember. It was probably 75% off. And my old tree, well, it's still my tree. I have it. I might set up 2 trees. It's 6 foot and it's a thin tree. It's not a pencil tree, but it's a thinner tree, so fit in the corner really well. The new tree is a big full tree and it's 7.5 feet. I do have vaulted ceilings in my living room, so it'll fit perfectly. And I'm excited about it because now I have so much more room to put my cross stitching on it. So now I need to get busy and making ornaments because I definitely do not have enough ornaments for that tree this year. So I am working on that. I also was working on the plans that I made last time we spoke. So, and I've been doing real good with my plans. And I just realized I forgot to bring over my finishes. So I think I need to go and get those. So I'm going to put you on hold for just a second so I can go and get those. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how many times I prepare myself to do these videos and think I have everything in front of me. I always forget things and have to stop and go and get them. So I apologize, but I wanted to make sure I shared my fully finishes because it's important that I finish 2 of my focused items this month, which I'm so excited about. Focusing on these projects really has helped me to get them completed and to stay on track. I'm really bad at following these kind of things because I really want to stitch what I want to stitch when I want to stitch it kind of girl. And like if I was doing, what is it called? Whip Go or one of those other ones, it is so hard for me to follow that because I want to stitch what I want to stitch when I want to stitch it. So this has worked out good because it's only 4 or 5 items and I have the whole month to get them done, and I can rotate around and start other things or finish other things in between. It's not overwhelming me where I feel like I can't get what I need to get done and then work on what I need to work on. So it's working so far. Will I continue to do it? I don't know. It's working right now, so I'm just going to let it ride and hope that I can continue on this track of focusing. The only hitch in my plans is September, because September is AB Singo, which I like to do every September. So there's AB Singo in September and Bringo in January, and those are both from C. Zook Stitch, which is Carolyn Zook and Robin Hall, and they have a Facebook group, which is the monthly magazine challenge group. And I followed those. I don't do the monthlies, but I do September and I do January, because that's lots of fun to see if I can get those done under the pressure of getting something done every day. So, but I couldn't do it all year round. So, and sometimes I skip, one or the other, because I decide I just can't do it that month. It's too stressful for me. But this one I'm doing the September, so that kind of put a hiccup in my plans for September, but I tried to work I tried to work the projects into AB Singo as much as I could, as well as a couple of others that I had not planned, but they needed work. They needed stuff worked on. So I am so glad to have that going. I do, and we'll talk about AB Singo at the end. So let me stop talking about that and say that I have 2 finishes. I'm excited. The first one is Hands-On Designs Costume Party. It started this last year, like everybody else, when she was doing Costume Party in September, and then it kind of fell off. I did a little bit of it, and I kind of fell off of it. So I decided this is going to be one of my focus for August, and I did get it finished, and it is on a 32 count nocturne, and I think that's Picture This Plus. And this is my fully finished. You will see that there are threads hanging because I did my little banner with strings, and I haven't decided how I'm going to finish that off yet. But I'm so thrilled about that being finished. It's just so adorable. All the called for colors. I did have to stitch this, even though it's 32 count. I had to stitch this 1/2 because for whatever reason, Picture This Plus fabrics are so tight that I couldn't do 2/2. It really didn't look good. So I was glad to get that done. Hopefully I can get it fully finished before Halloween. I have a pile about this high of things I need to get finished, so I don't know if that'll happen or not, but I would like to. The second one that I finished was Autumn Leaves. So that is by, I think it's Primrose Cottage Stitchers. Oh, I'm going to make myself look now because I don't know. For some reason, I mix up that one and Cherry Hill Stitchery. I don't know why I do that, but I do. Finished. And I hate that I mix them up, but they are very close in style, so it's difficult for me to keep track. Autumn Leaves. Autumn Leaves, where are you? There it is. It is Cherry Hill Stitchery. Okay, so I will post it here. I could have posted it and you could have saw the name, but it's Cherry Hill Stitchery. I'll post that here. And this is my finish. This is on a piece of 36 count Garden Party Linen by Stitch Me. Absolutely love her fabrics. They are great. The fabric does not shrink that much like it does with other dyers like Picture This Plus, so it's real easy to know when I'm stitching what I'm going to stitch, how many threads, and what will work for me. But this was the perfect fabric for this design. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Another one I really would like to get done before the 1st of fall, which is in the middle of next month. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know if I'm going to do it into a flat fold or if I'm going to try to find a frame for it or make a frame for it. But it is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I'm glad to have that done. And that is my second finish of the month and my second focus of the month, and got it done. So I was thrilled to have those done. Okay, so those were part of my focus. My next piece that was a focus was my Rose Quaker, and that looks like this. And this is by Stickendien van der Wehenberg. That was good German, right? And I love this piece. I absolutely love this piece. I am stitching mine on a 36 count Winter Moon with the called for DMCs, which are absolutely gorgeous. And I will post a picture here if I have one of how it was before, but this is how it is now. This is the entire design. Look at all those beautiful colors. And this is what I finished, one motif a month. And I did this little brown one right here, right there. So I got that done for the month. And absolutely love it. Love it. Beautiful, beautiful design. Can't wait. It is a big piece of fabric, so it's going to be a large piece. It's a big piece of fabric. So I'm looking forward to getting this completed. Even if it takes me one a month until I can get it done, I'll be okay with that. So I met that goal. My next goal was to stitch on my map of Hawk Run Hollow for a day. And I don't believe I've gotten that done yet. So I still need to work on that. And then finish my stocking before the end of the month. Now, this is my son's Christmas stocking. It is this one down here from the book, Christmas in the Woods, Stony Creek. That is the stocking right there. And I'm all the way down here to the toe right now. So I am very, very close to getting this completed, which is exciting. And I put this on the board because it's that big that I just wanted to share it on the board. There it is. I did get a lot of this done down here in the birds, as well as his name on the top. And then I'll zoom in a little here so you guys can see how pretty it is. Just absolutely gorgeous. So what I have left to do is there's a raccoon here in the log, and there's a ribbon that runs around. And then there's just intermittent stitches missing here and there. I know on this here, it has some metallic thread that's supposed to look like barbed wire or some kind of wire, and then just snowflakes missing throughout here and up here that I'll add. But it is so close. I know I can finish this before the end of the month. So I am excited. I need to find a backing fabric to get this done. And I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but I do have a store here that's a local store that started carrying some quilting fabric and other fabric, so I probably will go there to see if I can find what I'm looking for, as well as far as a winter themed backing that I can use. I'm probably going to look for something with pine trees or something on it, which would be really nice. But I'm excited about this, and the next time you see it, it will be finished. It won't be fully finished. We're not going there. That ain't gonna happen. But I will get it finished, and then I will get it fully finished before I need to send it to him for Christmas. So I was glad that I was able to stay on focus. The only thing that I didn't get to was I was supposed to take, in July, I was supposed to work on my We Gather Together, which is the Mill Hill design with the pilgrims and the Indians and stuff. And I did not get to work on that in July. I have not worked on it in August. I was supposed to do a day. I may try to still get that day in at some point this month before the month ends. But I do know it's going to be in AB Singo in September. So I'm not overly worried that that's not going to get worked on, because it will. So those were my focus pieces. Now let's talk about what else I worked on for the last couple of weeks. So I do have another finish, and the finish is from my Cricut Collection mitten book called Mittens Once More. And I finished this bunny right here. And that is right, let's see if I can flip it this way. And there he is, all finished. So I'm stitching them all on a 28 count linen. This is white linen. And my plan is to make actual mittens out of them and hang them on my tree. So I did 28 because I wanted them to be a little large. It wouldn't be too hard to sew into a mitten. And then I started another mitten, which is the deer right here, which is called Nordic Reindeer. You can see that. Let's see if I can get the glare out of it. There you go. So it's this one up here. And this is where I'm at with it. Of course, I've got threads hanging from it, so I'm going to try to pull them to the other side because it's on the same piece of fabric. And this is where I'm at with it. So I've got all that little pink in there. I have to fill in all this ecru color. And then I have some more of this green and stuff, and blue is along the bottom here. And then this one will be finished. And I've been taking these to work and stitching in my car, but this week it isn't going to happen because we're in 90-degree weather. And I don't want to go out in my car at lunch in 90-degree weather. So I'm trying to work on this one at night intermittently until the weather cools down a little. We got this whole week of 90 plus, we may be up to 100 before the end of the week in Kentucky. So I am waiting. Maybe next week it's supposed to be cooler and I'll be able to take this back out to my car and work on them. I want to get as many of the mittens that I can done so I can fully finish them for my new tree. So that's one of the whips that I'm working on. I have 2 new starts. This one is from the Little Stitcher on Etsy, and it's called Winter Animals. I absolutely love this pattern, and I've been wanting it for a long time, so I just gave up and bought it. And I want to do every one of those. And right now I am working on the reindeer. That's the first one I'm working on. I started this, I believe, yesterday. It was probably yesterday. And I still have threads hanging from this one as well, but this is where I'm at with it. I've got the reindeer butt, and I'm trying to get that circle completed so I can finish the reindeer. And then it's got some larger snowflakes that need to be stitched. These are going to be made into pillows. So I cut these pieces large enough that I could get, I could get 3 pillows on it. Because I had I think it was a 12 by 18 inch piece of this fabric. That gives me 6 pillows, and I'm only doing 5 in the patterns, so plenty to get this done, but too cute. Love her design. She has so many beautiful designs. There's another set of these where it is another set of animals, but they're not circles. There are vines around them with a little bow and stuff, and I may end up buying that one as well. I mean, all 9 of them, I think the other one has 4, will be beautiful in a bowl all together. And she has so many other beautiful designs. I will put a link to her shop below. I'm not affiliated with her at all. Just in case you wanted to see it, I will make sure I link it below. So I started that. And then the last thing I started was Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Now, I talked about this last time that I wanted to get this started, and I had over-dyed some fabric for it. I had gotten a piece of Fiber on a Whim that was in a light purple color, and that I wanted to over-dye it to make it darker, and it looked like this. So there it is. But as I'm stitching, because I'm checking the borders, I'm counting, I'm checking, I'm counting, I'm checking, I realized that this is the end of my pattern down here, which doesn't give me very much room. And I didn't think I counted wrong because this side's got a whole bunch of room. So why did it happen like that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I originally counted from this side, and the fabric is cut wonky. And I didn't really notice it until I went to do this piece. And then I realized it's wonky. I'm going to line this up. And as you can see, flip this, how wonky it is. So I was a little perturbed by that because I didn't want my stitching after this large piece to be that close to the edge. I was a little nervous about that, about getting it framed and stuff, and I decided I was going to try something else. So I had some Aida fabric, an 18 count, and I decided to, and it was white, and I was going to dye my own fabric again, and this is how it came out. Just as beautiful as the other one in the Aida fabric. And this is dyed with Rit dye with purple and denim. That's how I got this coloring, purple and denim. And it's quite beautiful. And once again, I measured it all out, and I got it to make sure I had a big enough piece for it. And this is my start. Hold on. So this is my start on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and that's given me enough of a border on both the top and the bottom where I'm happy with that. So really excited about that start. I did make some changes in this already. The moon, I'm trying to grab it so I can, that might work. I'm gonna cut it in half, but it'll work. The moon, I changed the color. It was very orange, and I didn't like the orange moon, so I did make it a yellow moon, and I lightened it up with yellow. So that was a change. And then my ghosts are all going to be in glow in the dark. So I didn't do white. I did glow in the dark. DMC has an E940, which is a glow in the dark white. So when this is sitting in the dark, all my little ghosts will glow, which will be really cool. So those are the changes that I've made so far. Everything else is as called for. And I also want to mention that this piece of Ada that I have here was a inexpensive piece of Ada, you know, the kind you usually get in a roll from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something. But look how soft this is. This is super soft fabric. And I'm going to do a video to show you how to take a roll of stiff Ada and turn it into a piece of soft Ada to stitch on. Now, I don't know, I probably won't get it done until next Tuesday, but this is super soft to work on. There's no scrunch, and I absolutely love working on it. It is an 18 count, so it's much easier for me to work on without my magnifier instead of using 36 and having to have the magnifier. So I'm really thrilled with that. And I'm looking forward to stitching on this more. So it is on my AB Singo, so I will be working on it next month. And then I will have a new start during AB Singo because I decided to start another one of my Fancy That elves. I'm going to start the baking elf. So she will be part of AB Singo. And I did pick my own colors for her. And I do all my little elves on 36 count flax linen. So that's what I'll be using. And then these are the colors that I'll be doing her with. So they're really, here, let me spread them out. Really pretty colors. There's yellows, and I know it's hard to get them all spread out so you can see them all. Yellows and greens, pines, pinks and blues, and all sorts of beautiful colors. So those are the colors I'm going to use. And basically, I just looked at the picture and tried to match the colors that were showing as closely as I could in an overdyed. So I'm trying not to go and buy overdyed threads unless it's a really large project or it's something that, you know, I feel like it needs to be just the way it shows on the pattern. Otherwise, I will just compare what I have, and I have tons of overdyed. I have a whole curtain rod just full of overdyeds, and I don't feel the need to always run out and buy exactly what was used, because when someone looks at it, they have no idea if that's the original color of it or it's not, unless they're a stitcher. Unless they're a prolific stitcher, they will not realize if it's the regular, if it was the called for colors or not. So I don't bother. And so I'm excited to start her when she's first called. I may put a stitch or two in her just to get her started, so I know when I pick her up that I will be able to just pick her up and start stitching instead of having to figure it all out. So that will be a new start in the next week or two. So that was all the things that I've worked on this last couple weeks. So it seems like quite a bit, and it was quite a bit, and it was nice to get that much stitching done. It doesn't happen like that all the time, but it is nice to get all that stitching in. I did make some purchases in the last couple weeks, so I will share those with you. I went over to Hobby Lobby. They were having a sale last week on some buttons and beads and stuff, so I decided to take a look and see what I could find. And while I was perusing around the store, I found this. Let me move my stocking out of the way. For $7, 90% off on this. So yeah, it's got a little bit of scratching on the front. It was originally $80 and it fits all my patterns in here. So I can drop my patterns in here and they fit just fine. And then it's got this nice wide shelf that I could put stitching on. And it has the hangers in the back. So I thought that was an awesome deal. Absolutely love it. It's going to be hung somewhere in this room, but just perfect. Couldn't pass that up for $7.99. I couldn't believe nobody took it either. I was really shocked that it was still sitting there. Let me get a little drink, sorry. So I got that, and then they had their buttons on sale, either 99 or $1.99. So I got a bunch of little button packs for 99 cents, and they're just so cute. That one's got red and white buttons and little minis. You know, you always can use these buttons for projects. So I got the black and white ones for 99. And to mind you, these are on sale again this week. So if you go to your Hobby Lobby this week, you can get these for 99 cents. There's just a little mix packet. Because I have several Lizzie Kate patterns and stuff that don't have the buttons, or other patterns that don't have buttons. So I always like to hang on, get some extras just in case. And again, those are the primary colors. I got charms, Christmas charms, over in their Christmas craft section. So, and those were 40% off, and you got all sorts of little charms and stuff, which were really cool. There's several in here that I absolutely love. The snowman, and there was another one. I'm trying to think of what it was. There's little mittens, there's little stockings, just really cute. And then I got this, which I thought that I could make, the little 3 snowmen that I could make into maybe a pin to go on the top of a Christmas something or other, pillow or whatever, but there's 3 of those there. And then of course I went over to their bead section, and that was 50% off this week, and I got little mushrooms that I could turn into pins or something else. Key fobs, scissor fobs or things like that. I got these, which are really cute and colorful butterflies and flowers. Here's another Christmas one that I got. Little candies, really cute. And that was about it. And I got some more bobbins and stuff, but that was about it for Hobby Lobby. I did pick up a couple of frames the last time I was out thrifting. And this is one of the ones I got. I don't think I showed that before. It's a circle frame. So it's an 8x10, a little smaller than an 8x10 frame. I got for $1.99. And everything else I think I got, let's see, I got some stuff from Etsy. This is Cherry Hill Stitchery's Sleigh Bells Ring. Thought that was adorable. You can pick that up as a PDF on their Etsy shop. And I will list them below. And then I got this adorable owl pattern, and this is by Rainbow Hunter. That's the name of the shop on Etsy. Again, I'll post them down below. And it's owls, and it comes in different ones. It comes in black and white owls. It comes in this colorful one, and then there's even a brighter colorful one. But I thought these would be so cool to make some of these individual and on perforated paper, and then hang them on my Halloween tree, my black Halloween tree. So that's my plan for those. And they are adorable. I love them. So I'm going to do at least several of those. And of course, now I got itchy nose because I'm on recording. Sorry. But I want to do several of these on perforated paper and hang them on my Halloween tree. So those I got. I was able to get on Unload a piece of 36 count. Is that what it was? Where's the little thing? I had a thing here. It is 36 count R&R's American Chestnut, and it's in a fat half. So who could turn that down? If I have a sampler that needs a larger piece, this will be perfect. So love to have larger pieces of these fabrics, especially R&R, which is so hard to get nowadays. So I picked that up on there. I got a Mirabilia. I got a couple of Mirabilia patterns because I don't know why, but I go through these phases where I had a lot of Mirabilia patterns and I decided I'm not going to do them. They're not going to get done. And I distashed them and sold them. And then I have the, you know, regret of selling patterns when I do that. But this one I never owned before, and I decided that I really, if I was going to stitch another memorabilia, that I wanted to do one of the fancy ladies besides Miss Christmas Eve, which is a Christmas one, just a regular one. So I picked up this one, which is Roses of Provence. And I just thought she was just really elegant. So I was able to get her and her beads, because that's, you know, you worry when you pick these patterns up, make sure you get beads, because you don't know when things are discontinued if you can get them or not. So I got that as a set. And then I made a repurchase of a Mirabilia because I started this one in 2018 when we still lived in Florida. And I stitched just a little bit of it on the fabric and realized the next color that I needed was a cry neck. So I put it away and then I ordered the cry neck and I threw that cry neck in the bag, and then I never touched it again. So fast forward to 4 months ago, maybe, I pulled it back out again and said, you know, I have so many things to stitch. I'm never going to get to this. So I UFO'd it. We can call it a UFO'd. It was UFO'd long before then. And I unkitted it and I sold the pattern. Then came where I purchased Roses of Provence and decided if I was going to do a mermaid, I really wanted to do this one. And I repurchased it again. And I still have to find the beads. But it is Mermaids of the Deep Blue, which I absolutely adore. So of course I rebought it again. And I have intentions of re-kitting it back up and getting it started because I really do love it. But I need to find the bead kit. I picked up several things on the unload groups, and I might have shown one of two of these. I can't remember, so I'm going to show them because they were sitting on my desk. This is Sunflower Seeds Celtic Birds 2. I might have shown that before, I'm not sure, but I just love that. It's all black. And I have some black silk that is from Mo Sale, and I might use that to do that. This was, I believe, a gift, and I probably showed this already. Shakespeare Petal Antique Buttons or Bunnies and Baskets. I think I did show that before because I think one of my stitchy friends from here, my subscriber, sent that to me. I was cruising, as I often do, on the unload groups. I need to stay off the unload groups. I unloaded a bunch of patterns myself on the unload groups. It's been several weeks to months ago, and here I am buying patterns again because I know I can't stitch everything, and there's no point in hoarding patterns that I know I won't stitch. So I destash them, and then I get money in my PayPal account, and I feel the need to buy more. So I really need a Stitchers Anonymous group to help me with the Stop the Spending, but I couldn't resist because I have this Brenda Gervais thing, monkey on my back, so to speak. It keeps telling me, buy that, buy that, buy that. So, and of course, this just came out, so Autumn Splendor, and it was on the unload group under the retail, so jumped on that. And Autumn Gatherings, Brenda Gervais, and I have plans to do the basket just a little bit different on this one. So those were my purchases. I do have other purchases, but they're not here yet, so you'll get to see them next time. And then I have a plan of starting another pattern out of this book, the Omni book of Wings and Things, because I have fallen in love with this little dinky bee right there. I love the bee on the flower, and I have to do it. So it is absolutely adorable, and I want to do it. And I love this book. There's a lot of wonderful patterns in here of hummingbirds and all sorts of birds, hawks, eagles, but it also has bees and dragonflies and butterflies and things like that. So I have plans on starting that. Will I get started before the next time I see you? I don't know. I don't know. And then last but not least was my plans for AB Singo, which again, I told you that is Carolyn Zook and um, Robin Hall. And if you're not part of that group and you would like to join in, it is much like WIPCO or other things. It is a board that looks like a bingo board. I have to redo this, but it's supposed to have 5 down. But instead of numbers or alphabets across the top, we use the alphabet. And you take out one letter. Each year she removes one letter, so it's 25, and she calls one a day. And whatever you wrote on your spot that's supposed to be for that day, and it has to coincide with the letter. So like A, I put America for Lady of the Flag. R, I put roses for antique roses. And then others were a little bit of a stretch, but that's okay. Like I put, trying to find the one that's my stretch. For Z, I put size because it has a Z in it, and it's a large size pattern for Halloween at Hark Run Hollow. So you kind of make things fit. Lots of fun. I think the minimum might be on stitching, might be 1 hour, 100 stitches, or it could be 2 hours, 200 stitches. I can't remember. I'm doing 2 hours, 200 stitches at least on each pattern. Lots of times I do a lot more than that. But it's lots of fun and I enjoy doing it. And we'll see how far I got. Once or twice I have gotten everything done, which was awesome. And there have been several times I have not. But the great thing is there are prizes involved. So it's not just fun stitching, but you could win prizes depending on how many bingos you got, or if you have a blackout board, if you finished all of them within the time frame. Now, because there are only 25 prompts, it's only from January 1st to the 25th. You do have from the 25th until September 30th, I don't remember what we're talking about here, you can do makeups as long as you're done by the end of the month. You have to see how many bingos you get, and for each bingo you get put into a drawing for a prize. And if you get blackout, you get that too. And if you have blackout, you get to put in for all the bingos and then the blackout to win prizes. So it's lots of fun. Go on over to it. I will list the group below. It's still time for you to join in. It doesn't start till September 1st. You do have to have your pictures of your projects and your board posted before the 1st of January or on the 1st of September. You have to have it posted before or on the 1st of September to be qualified for the prizes, but you certainly not interested in the prizes or doing that, you can join in anytime you like and get yourself going, get yourself caught up or whatever you want to do. So that's my plans for next month. And several of the things that are on my board are on my plans. I made sure that I included things that were on my September plans. Like I had, we gathered together, Rose Quaker is in there, Sleepy Hollow, Map of Hark Run Hollow, which was one of I have to do it once a month, and things like that. So I'm excited to get that going and see how far I can get with getting some work on each of these projects. And I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have more than 5. I've got 6. I think I have 6 projects on here scattered throughout. So I'll be working on 6 projects within the month. So you do have the whole month. So that was that. Okay, I think that is it. Oh, let's do a drawing. I haven't done a drawing in a long time. Let's do a drawing. So I grabbed some things for a drawing. There are 2 things, and I'm going to tell you one's going to be for international stitchers and one will be for US stitchers. So that way everybody gets a chance to join in. So for US stitchers, I'm going to give away Lizzie Kate's boxer, and it says you can touch the dust, but please don't write in it. So there it is there. This is the entire boxer. It has the fabric and it has the little button that goes with it. It will not be shipped in the plastic case because that'll cost me more. It'll be shipped outside of the case, but it is the entire boxer. You just have to add floss and you can stitch away. So if you're interested in this pattern and you would like to win it, say boxer. And then for my international, let me get this back in here so I don't lose the little button. For my international viewers, I'm going another Lizzie Kate, and this one is called Buzz. So when I'll ship this anywhere in the world, please be an international viewer if you're looking to win this. And it does not come with the original buttons, but I did include 2 buttons for you. I don't know if they'll fit or not, but I thought it would be nice just to include 2 buttons that might work with it. So if you want this pattern and you're international, I want you to put the word Buzz in your comment. And in 2 weeks, we'll do a drawing for these and see who won. We'll get them out to you. I do appreciate each and every viewer. I appreciate you watching my channel, stopping by to see what I'm stitching on. Leaving comments about what you're stitching on or things that you want to do is just awesome. If you're a subscriber, you know I absolutely love each and every one of you. You're my stitchy friends. If you're not a subscriber, why not become one? Hit the notification button, hit the subscribe, and join me every 2 weeks for a video. And if you are new and this is your first time viewing, welcome. I hope you saw something that you liked and that you'll come back again and again. I think that's all I have this time, and I will see you in 2 weeks. And until then, happy stitching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.